All right, what's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to another morning after show. Finally, we have a morning after show, and speaking about 3 points, I'm sure Josh was eating a lot of samosas last night. Finally, we got a win, and a convincing win as well, 4-0 against Burnley at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered, wasn't it, Sim?
Yeah, it's exactly what we needed after the form we've been in. We needed a win where we saw all the attacking talent on the pitch, or we had a game on the front foot. We needed a clean sheet as well. And Burnley, you know, everyone's going to say it's only Burnley, it's only Burnley. And yeah, Burnley, they're not the best team in the league, but look, there's no givens in the Premier League. You saw Man United losing to Sheffield United not so long ago. That's a team who are dead and buried, who are going down. And, you know, and Man United at the time fighting for the top of the table, and they couldn't even beat them. So, you know, there's never a given in the Premier League, and you can only beat what's in front of you.
I love it how every other team, when they lose a game or something against one of these teams or beat a team like that convincingly, they're like, oh, there's no easy games in the Premier League. And suddenly Spurs beat Burnley, and like, oh, it's only Burnley.
It's only Burnley, yeah, it's only Burnley. I think it was an impressive win. How dominant we were, the fact that it was a lot more convincing, for example, than the win we had earlier at Turf Moor.
Of course.
We dominated possession, yet we were very, very creative, had a lot of chances, broke Burnley down really well. In the attacking transitions, I thought we were fantastic, really sharp, really pinpoint and accurate, and really clinical as well when we got our chances. And we did miss a lot of chances, but the ones we took, some really great finishing there, really great finishing. So
that
we needed.
That Bale second goal was absolutely orgasmic. It really was amazing. Seriously.
So sweet.
That finish, oh my God, the way it just hits the side netting, inside netting, you know what I mean? Just
nestles into the bottom corner.
So good, man. And I've just been missing, his output so much. I mean, these are the moments that we've been dreaming of for 7 years when he was at Real Madrid, you know. How many times did you think in your mind saying, oh, I just wish I had Gareth Bale back?
Yeah.
And, you know, and then we got him back, and it just didn't work out for the first half of the season. And then now we're starting to see the fruits of it.
Yeah, we really are. We really are. Last few games, he's played really, really well, made a really big impact. And now he's starting to do it in the Premier League as well. West Ham, half time he came on, changed the game.
Even Man City, little cameo was good.
Man City, yeah, tiny cameo there. He got a shot off. And then the start against Burnley, where he was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 2 goals and an assist. And I thought it wasn't just that as well. There was more to his game. He used his pace. He was his dribbling ability, his strength. I thought he was really, really strong.
Yeah, Matt King says, Ben and Bale second goal, get a room. We had a room last night, I'll tell you that. I watched that goal about 1,000 times on loop last night.
Literally.
But when you
I watched Match of the Day, Sky Sports, the BT Sport, every highlight, Spurs TV, anything I could get my hands on.
Even Netley got an interview on Spurs TV.
Yeah, he did.
Night.
I saw that. Because people have been criticising him recently. What's he doing in defence, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? But yeah, it was rare for Ledley to come out on the interview.
Look,
but
at the end of the day, he's not the greatest speaker, is he?
No. But I reckon he's probably a good coach. It was interesting. Andy Cole yesterday was on the on Talk Sport waxing lyrical about Ledley King as a defender.
Oh, as a defender.
Yeah, not as a coach. He was just talking about players who injuries ruined their career, and he said, I can tell you now, if Ledley King didn't get injured, he would have been with us at United. He said.
Really?
That's what he said. Yeah. He said he was the best. He said he was the best. He would have played every England game if it wasn't for injuries and everything. It's true. Anyway, we can all see that.
I mean, that's what all Spurs fans say. All Spurs fans say it, but no one outside Spurs can actually understand it properly.
Yeah. Andy Cole understands it.
And Thierry Henry as well.
And Thierry Henry understands it. But talking about the game yesterday, I'm hoping it can fire us into unfortunately, it means nothing if we don't go on and win on Thursday against Fulham.
Yeah,
we have to win on Thursday, especially with Chelsea playing Liverpool. Chance to catch up on points on both or either team. Leicester looking like at the moment they could really be slipping down. I think if we can go on a little run, then yeah, top 4 is back on. But we need to show that consistency first. I'm not convinced yet.
Of course, I mean, look. We all know that we've had so many false dawns this season in terms of games won and games looking like we are playing well and blah, blah, blah. But we just need to stamp our authority in games, approach games like we did yesterday, try and attack teams early, try and get this game done in the first half, and then, we can do that against teams like Fulham and Palace coming up in the next 2 days, in the next
agree.
2 games.
And it was funny, actually, what Mourinho said yesterday after the game, in this press conference. He said this wasn't a performance from a different galaxy. It was just we got today we got the result. And I think I disagree in a sense that I think of late we've been really poor, but I think in a lot of games this season we have performed to that kind of standard. And because unlike yesterday where we did finish our chances and were clinical, other games we've missed lots of chances and we've ended up conceding late or not making it pay. And then all of a sudden we don't get the result, and it makes it look like the performance wasn't good, whereas the performance actually was good. We just didn't get the result.
Well, you say we've been poor at late. I'm looking at our recent fixtures. Post-Chelsea game, after that Chelsea game, I actually think something's changed in the squad, and we have been playing a lot better. Because we go and beat West Brom 2-0 after that. Everton game, 5-4. We played very, very well that game. We played very, very well, and it was defensive individual errors that let us down that day. Man City, fair enough. Everyone's getting beaten by Man City this year. Wolfsburger, then the West Ham game, which I thought we played very well. It was getting against West Ham, and then obviously the last 2 games, Wolfsburger and Burnley. So I think since that Chelsea game where we were absolutely shocking, I think something has changed in the squad, and I think that I think we're playing really well at the moment, even though results haven't really gone our way since the Chelsea game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. Results have improved since that Chelsea game. Not results, sorry. Performances have definitely improved since that Chelsea game. When I mean of late, I mean like in the last 12. I thought I was saying since we've been on that bad run. Yeah. I think this performance was definitely more improved than what we were showing before that Chelsea game. But I'm saying for example, games against Fulham at home and things like that, where the performance was very similar to the one yesterday, except against Fulham we missed loads of chances and we didn't kill the game, and then we conceded that late goal. Whereas against Burnley we're 3-0 up after half an hour. That's the difference for me. And people can say, and people will say, people have that Fulham games and we didn't play well and everything. I'm just I look at those games and think they're very, very similar performances. But against Fulham, we didn't put our chances away, and that was the big difference. The big difference. So I think we've put in similar performances all season, a lot of games, and haven't got the result. And we just needed a bit of luck. But hopefully we can carry on in the vein that we showed against Burnley, in that clinical edge. And maybe we can go on a bit of a run. Well, look, we know Mourinho. We've already went at the beginning of the season. We went on a bit of a run, so we've already shown we can. We know Mourinho in the past has gotten his teams to go on a bit. Can get his teams to go on a bit of a run. So who knows what we can do from now to the end of the season.
Yeah, I think. Look, like I said, I think since that Chelsea game, I do think it's been consistently good performances. Maybe that Man City game aside, it's just we haven't got the rub of the green, and I think our defensive kind of individual errors have been letting the team down, because the team have been playing well. And if our February form, in terms not results, in terms of how we approach games and how we play football, I think it's been very good. And I think we've been very unlucky in terms of what's been happening in games. So I think if we carry on in this way, playing this way of football, and the team don't get too downhearted about these kind of individual errors and things not going our way, I think we can have a strong second half of the season. I really do. But look, let's have a look at some of the headlines.
Also, I just want to say quickly, if you tag us on things on social media, on Twitter and or Instagram or anything, if you tag us on social media, we can react to it live on the show. So any opinions or anything interesting that you think that you find interesting in relation to the game that you want us to react to, then yeah, tag us on Twitter, and also put in your super chats in your chat. We're looking at the chats as well, so make sure you put in your comments and we can react to it.
There's nothing about Spurs in this paper.
Not at all. Did we even play yesterday? What paper is that?
Daily Mail.
How can there be nothing about Spurs?
Is there something in the middle? Just really nothing about Spurs in this paper. Why'd you buy it?
I was getting all the papers.
All right.
It's not my fault they didn't say anything about Spurs.
It's your fault you didn't check, though.
I'm not supposed to read every paper. I'm getting the papers.
Just scroll through it and see if Spurs are there.
Why would they not talk about Spurs? We played yesterday. It's their job to report on Tottenham.
It's their job to report?
On Tottenham. There we
Bale
go.
is
Bale
back,
is back.
baby. Bale is back. And this is the three words that have been going out my mouth so much for the last 24 hours. Oh, my days. And yeah, happy St. David's Day to all you Welsh wizards out there. And that's what it says. Bale is back just in time for St. David's Day. And 1 year ago today, me and John made this video, top 5 Davids ever to play for Spurs. So check that one out.
What are they saying here?
Bale rolls back the years, but Mourinho preaches caution. And that's the thing. As much as we all want to see Bale play every game, we need to manage him really well. Jose needs to manage him really well. From my opinion, I think that when you look at the Fulham, Palace, Zagreb, Arsenal, and Zagreb and Villa all coming up the next couple of weeks, it's going to be interesting to see how he uses him. It really is, because we need him playing against Arsenal. We really do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he plays on Thursday or not. I reckon I've got a feeling he plays on Thursday, not against Palace. But then does he not play against Arsenal?
Me personally, start him on the bench against Fulham, play him against Palace, bench against Zagreb, and then start him against Arsenal. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can play. Maybe he can play more than one game, I don't know.
But he comes on and affects the game, even if he doesn't start.
And also, we've got other players in good form as well. Lamella's actually been decent recently. Lucas is in good form.
Lucas back-to-back Premier League goals.
Yeah, and good performances as well. And you've got to take into account the good goal he scored against Wolfsberger as well in the Europa League. So he is playing really well. And he played really well against West Brom not so long ago. So he's putting in some really strong performances at the moment, Lucas. He's really adding a bit of end product to those mazy runs that he likes to do. And his dribbling, we all know his dribbling second to none. It's so hard to get the ball off him. He's such a tricky customer, and he's strong. But the biggest criticism has always been that end product and that decision making. But it seems to be improving of late.
I said the first time I saw Jose put him in that number 10 role, I said this suits Lucas a lot more than it does on the wing. I really believe that, because I feel like when he's on the wing, he can just get lost in games and running down blind alleys and what have you. But you can't really do that when you're in the middle of the park.
When he's doing that dribbling from the central area, like when he's playing on the right, he can get past 3 or 4 players, but then he finds himself on the right hand side. He has to like put a cross in and stuff, and it's not his forte. Whereas if he's doing it in the centre, creates a lot more havoc when he's doing all that dribbling. Colin Lumsden with the super chat saying, keeping the ball in midfield takes the pressure off the defence. Plus, Toby tells Sanchez when he's out of position. That's definitely, for me, the biggest element of why our performances have improved. Getting Ndombele and Højbjerg together in that centre. That's the number one reason, because all of a sudden we actually have control and we have quality in that midfield. We're not always going long because Sissoko doesn't show for the ball. We're not always not able to get the ball and play football because we don't have the required quality in centre mid to beat a press and to play our way out of trouble. With Ndombele there, we have that. We have that quality. We know we can give it to Ndombele, even if he has 1 or 2 players on him, and he's confident to wriggle out that situation every single time, a bit like Moussa Dembele. So having Ndombele deeper, I think, has really unlocked a lot of potential in this team. And it also allows us for another attacking player, and it allows more space, because these teams know they need to press Ndombele because they can't allow him space, because not only does he have great dribbling ability, but he also has a great passing range as well. And he picks these passes. He's low in between the lines and through balls into the attackers into space.
I know Ndombele is a lot better at it, but they both can actually do it. Højbjerg can also pick a pass from deep, a forward pass, and I think they can both start attacks.
Yeah.
They can both defend really well. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, really, for a double pivot in the centre midfield in the Premier League. I really believe that. And I think that both of them, they're starting to understand each other's games a lot more now as well. I think like they fill each other's gaps. They're working really well together. And I think once we get Giovanni Lo Celso in there as well, and maybe a bit further forward in that number 10, I think it can even work even better, because Lo Celso will also be dropping back and helping them out in the middle there.
Yeah, completely agree. So I think that's what's led to an uptick in performances and more control in matches, and also just makes us look better on the ball. Like, because there are some games before where we just look horrendous on the ball, and we can't play any sort of football. But ever since Ndombele's come in, apart from maybe the City game, every game we've looked really good on the ball and looked very creative. So that's really positive, really positive.
Another headline from The Independent is, it has taken 6 months for Spurs and may have just found that special attack. I mean, it's so true, isn't it?
Yep, I completely agree. And hopefully we can see this attack, Bale, Son and Kane, more often, because it's a very exciting prospect. It's what we all wanted when we signed Bale. We all knew it was going to take a while. We didn't obviously know it would take this long, but we all knew it was going to take a while for him to bed back into it. But it looks like at the moment now, he's finally finding his feet and finding that rhythm again.
Mm-hmm.
This is also not mentioned Spurs. Why did no one report on us? I don't understand. Waste papers.
Jose hails Bale. There you go. A nice little article at the top about Spurs.
Jose hails Bale.
While the whole paper is dominated by a 0-0 Chelsea-Man United game.
Yeah, ball draw. Ugh, such a horrible game.
And Liverpool, Sheffield United get more... literally, what is going on? Oh, here
we are.
Who's this? The Daily Express. Bale and Harty.
Bale and Harty. Is that Law and Hardy? Is that a play on that?
I'll always pick him if he plays like that. I mean, what did you make out of Jose's comments saying that any manager, Gareth Bale, will basically get into any team in the world?
Yeah, but we know a fully fit Bale is one of the best players in Europe. We know that. That's not a debate, I don't think. The question was, is he ever going to get back to full fitness? I don't know if he's ever going to get to a stage where he's like that physical specimen and like unbeatable, and where he can just run for 90 minutes. You're never going to get back to that, but he'll get back to a stage where he can definitely be very, very effective, and that's what we're seeing. And we're seeing he's clinical in these moments, which he still can be, and he's still got that wonder of a left foot. And we know if we can manoeuvre the ball and get him up into situations where all he has to do is what we did yesterday, just take one touch and bang and get him into those kind of situations, he's going to get goals. He will get goals, and that's what we're seeing in the moment. And I'm all for it.
What is it? It's 7 goal contributions the last 4 games or something.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, really
they're
good.
He's starting to rack them up,
man.
8 goals as well this season. You know, it's actually not a bad. It's not terrible considering how he hasn't even played that much football.
The only player that's scored in every tournament as well.
Yeah, he's scored in every competition for us. That's right.
You know what? That moment when he took it past Charlie Taylor and put the burners on, and took it round him. How nostalgic was that? Yeah,
very. And it showed that he still has that pace. I don't think
Charlie Taylor's not exactly the fastest player.
I know, but he still needs to get past. He's still a Premier League defender, so he still needs to do that. I don't think he has that pace to do that over a long stretch, remember that goal for Madrid he did when he runs off the pitch and stuff. I don't think he has that in his locker anymore. He was like 23, 24. So I don't think he has that in his locker anymore. But over a short period, over a short space, he can still do it over 5-10 yards. If he needs to do it to get a shot off or a cross, he can still do it. He just can't do it from like the halfway line, which he used to do. All right, should we look at some tweets?
Yeah, go for it.
We got Techno Steel, who's tagged us in a tweet saying Premier League goal contributions this season. Kane and Fernandes are top with 25. Son is second with 21, and then followed by Salah in third with 20 goal contributions. So 2 Spurs boys leading the way at the moment, showing how much we rely on them. And hopefully Bale can start easing the burden off them. And there was some proof of that yesterday.
When you're looking at PFA Player of the Year this year, who are you looking at?
I think Kane is with a massive shout. I think we need to start. Well, I don't think we can be mid-table for him to do that. But I think the way he's playing... Harry Kane, I think him and Bruno are the front runners for me, but I think Kane.
What about Gundogan?
Gundogan's also there. I don't know if I don't think he does get Player of the Year for me, but I know he's had a great season, but I don't think he gets Player of the Year. I think at the moment Kane and Bruno are the 2 front runners.
Is he the front runner in the City team, Gundogan? Is there anyone else?
Diaz,
yeah, he could get
Diaz has had a great season, so I think he would be. I reckon he would be my City Player of the Year at the moment. Diaz, I think he's really changed. He's really
transformed their team.
Yeah,
he has.
That's what they needed. They needed a big centre back because they were lacking last season when Laporte was injured for the season and Company let go.
And suddenly Stones looked like 10 times better of a player as well.
Stones is a lot better, 100%. But I think the Kane has just found another level, hasn't he? So I feel like Kane is definitely in contention with the way he's playing.
For me, I think Bruno. For the way he plays on the pitch, for his position, midfielder, to have the same goal contributions as Harry Kane, and more goals at that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think he's having an absolutely insane season, unfortunately.
Has he got more goals than Kane now?
Yeah.
Kane's got Kane scored yesterday.
Yeah,
And Bruno
I think
didn't.
Bruno's got one more.
He's on 15, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I still look. I would back Kane from now to the end of the season to score more goals than Bruno.
Yeah, I'm just saying as it stands.
Yeah, I think Kane's the front runner at the moment for me.
It also depends. Does it depend on what the team achieves that season?
It shouldn't do, but unfortunately
that's what
it does.
the Ballon d'Or
yeah,
goes
I
on.
know. It shouldn't
I don't
depend
think
on
PFA Player of the Year really goes on that.
that. Usually they give it to a team either in the first or second. They gave it to Van Dijk the year Liverpool just lost out on the league that year. But usually they give it to a winner.
Let's have a look at the past PFA Player of the Years. I know because David Ginola won it.
Yeah, double Ginola, but that was they haven't done that since. I don't think give it to someone like that. Let's look at some more tweets. Another from Techno Steel, who's tagged us another tweet. It says, this is from a report from Spain, from AS, saying, Real Madrid Chiefs are celebrating each good Bale performance, as I hope it will mean he'll be removed from their wage books quicker. So they might have been celebrating yesterday then in that case.
What's that, sorry?
Real Madrid Chiefs are celebrating each good Bale performance as they hope it means he'll be removed from their wage book.
I saw a tweet from Crackers yesterday. I don't know if you can get it up.
Richard Cracknell.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was like I can't remember it word for word, but it was basically saying that that Welsh guy's good. A few more performances, maybe Real Madrid be in for him.
Where is he?
But yeah, past winners. De Bruyne won it. City won the league. No, actually.
No, they didn't win the league, actually, did they? City.
Liverpool won the league that year. Year before, Van Dijk won it. The year before, Salah won it. Kante, Chelsea won the league. Mahrez, Leicester won the league. Hazard.
Yeah, my point is, none of them are like mid-table, are they?
Well, Gareth Bale won it 2012-13.
Yeah, we were fifth.
Gareth Bale won it 2 years before that as well.
He did.
And Robin Van Persie won it as well.
Yeah,
when
Arsenal finished third, he was insane that year.
Yeah, that's the year he joined Man United. The year after, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Bale won it the year he joined United. I can't see this tweet from Crackers. Where is it?
You can't see it. Oh, anyway, it's just a funny one.
Oh, it says that Gareth Bale keeps this up, the likes of Madrid will come sniffing around. That's what Richard Cracknell said. Very funny. Very funny.
Another one with no Spurs. Literally, they just don't want to talk about us.
Don't get it. Why do they have a sports section? They don't do all their reporting. Whatever.
All these red papers. Never buy a red paper.
Never buy one. How many is that the time? Because that one's a pull out.
Yeah, all right. This is The Guardian. At least The Guardian. We know which papers we like. The Guardian.
There we go.
The Guardian has Spurs on the back page.
That's where it should be. The headline.
And Harry Kane, Bale at the double in Spurs rout. And, no mention of anyone. Ollie's got a little picture down there. Bale, who's got the front picture. And it says, if you want to read about Spurs, go to this page. And that's where I'm going to go.
That yesterday belonged to Gareth Bale. That's what happened.
Brighter Bale makes hay while the sun shines. I love that. There's no player ratings or anything like that. I mean, that's all there is. Just one article.
The disrespect.
There's a lot of reports about Glenn Roeder, obviously, who sadly passed away yesterday at 65. So we want to send our best wishes to his family and friends and everyone connected to him. Rest in peace, Glenn Roeder. former Newcastle and West Ham United manager. I was listening to Talk Sport this morning, and a lot of people were calling in and calling for Lee Mason to retire.
Yeah, that was absolutely shambles. You probably want him to retire, don't you? After that. It was a good day for me yesterday for the predictions. Very good day for me.
It was a good day for you, and it was
Just about. It was actually
such
toing and
fine
froing.
lines, man, isn't
Toing
it?
and
Such
froing.
fine lines. Because
Yeah.
our predictions are so similar. Because they're not the same, but they're similar.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
there's
the
always
time.
like a goal in it. So there's such fine lines, and like games like that in the Brighton game where they
That
missed
was
two
ridiculous.
penalties.
Two
They
penalties
have
out of the
a goal ruled out, rightly so. It's like it's just such fine lines, man.
But I clawed it back and then some. We'll go into it. We'll go into it in the video tomorrow.
There's still another game to go tonight.
There
so
is.
we'll
What's
see.
your score? It's 1-1.
I gone 2-0. You gone 1-0.
No, I went 2 or you went 1-0.
I'm pretty sure it's the other way around.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure I went 2-2. Look. See? 2-2.
You went 2. So what did I go?
1-0.
Oh, I've got 1-0.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's look at some more tweets. They're coming in full force. Jude Ugbellum says you can compare Spurs bringing Bale back to a car enthusiast buying an underappreciated and neglected performance car stuck in a previous owner's garage. Spurs have and are lovingly and slowly returning their best performance car to its former glory. Yeah, I completely agree. We got the new we got the old sports car revving the engine again. PEH Prop says, who do you think should play behind Kane? I think we were going on the counter-attack and shifting the ball quickly. Lucas might be the answer. Even though he's not got 100th of the talent of someone like Dele and his end product is extremely inconsistent. Yeah, I think there's actually something to that because, on a counter-attack, when you've got all that space to run into and you need someone to get out the pitch quickly, who would you rather, Dele or Lucas? You want Lucas there, don't you? But the problem is obviously his end product. But I agree with that point. I think he's very effective in those positions.
Yeah,
and can set up chances in that.
I'm just sending you this picture. It's well, this is a good one as well. But
I don't know if I'll be able to show on my camera well because it's the camera it doesn't show it properly. It doesn't know how to do it on the camera roll.
Okay.
If you can tweet it at me, I can show it.
I'll tweet it to you.
You can tweet it to me.
It's basically Gareth Bale's pass map yesterday.
But get in line, yeah? You have to get in line.
I'll send it to Frank and he can put it up. There was one.
Okay.
There's two I'm going to send him. There's one Gareth Bale one and one Heung-min Son one. But yeah, keep going.
Jory, we all love Jory. He's tweeted us saying, whatever the result of the season, we should keep calm and rejoice because we're clearly at the beginning of a Mourinho project. Would you go that? Would you say we seem to be at the beginning of a project?
Look, this is one good result. Everyone needs to calm down a bit. I'm reserving my judgment till the end of the season.
I think we need to show consistency. I think we've had a lot of good performances where we haven't got the results, and also we've had a lot of bad performances. We had a good game and a good result yesterday, but unless I see consistency in the next two games, I'm not going to be convinced yet that we're on the right path just yet.
I can't find the Heung-min Son one, but there's a good Davinson Sanchez tweet.
Yeah, I like that tweet. Yeah. If we can get an early, Jim says, we can get an early goal, we can exploit the low block teams and dominate the space in behind with Son, Kane and Bale. I think that's the plan, to be honest. Harrison Brownlee says, I feel like we should sign a centre-back partner to partner Sanchez for next season. There needs to be a world-class and experienced centre-back. Dyer needs to leave to raise funds. We should have 5 centre-backs for next season. Sanchez, Toby Roden, Tanganga and a new centre-back.
Look, everyone has been complaining about Davinson Sanchez all season.
Yep.
He's had a brilliant performance yesterday against a Burnley side which had all their main strikers out.
Yeah.
So just pause on Davinson Sanchez a bit. Let's see how he goes from now until the end of the season. The jury is still massively out.
He needs to have not one good performance. He has to like 3 or 4, 5 in a row.
He has to have basically not one bad performance from now to the end of the season.
To
make up for what he's done this season and his time at Spurs.
Unfortunately, that's the truth. So,
but did you bring up that tweet of his performance yesterday?
I haven't done it yet. No, I'm still going through all these people's tweets. Matt says by the end of the week we could be ahead of West Ham. Maybe top 4 isn't out of the question. It's true, because if we win against Fulham, then all of a sudden we're 3 points behind West Ham with the game in hand. After, when it looked dead and buried when we're 9 points not so long ago.
I even said after that defeat to West Ham, it's not over. I mean, everyone was saying, oh, it's over, it's over, it's over. But I kept saying it's a strange season. There's so many points to be had. Everyone's playing each other. We're not really playing any of them. I mean, and look at our next fixtures. If we can go on a bit of a run now, then it catapults us back up there. And that's exactly what we're seeing now.
Yeah, but we need to go on that run. We need to do it.
Let's have a look at this Gareth Bale pass map. So obviously, if you can read it properly, that is 32 successful passes, 10 unsuccessful passes with 7 progressive passes yesterday in the game. And look at that,
that yellow one.
Yeah, I mean, that was the assist,
yeah.
That yellow one, right from deep. I mean, it just shows Bale was just everywhere yesterday, and what passing range he had on show yesterday. It was just insane, wasn't it?
Bale, the creator. He was creating as well as he was being a goal threat.
Mm-hmm.
He was absolutely brilliant. They couldn't deal with him, and he really built on that performance against West Ham, which we really wanted him to. That was a big worry that he would come in and he wouldn't show that same level, and he did. He improved on that level even. So he's getting better and better, and it was just so encouraging yesterday to see Bale in full flight in that kind of form, and we can't ask for much more than that. That's what we wanted. So let's hope he can continue that from now to the end of the season. And who knows? Maybe this could be. He could even be here for another 2-3 years if he carries on like this. So he's happy and he's playing well. But then again,
he's one injury away from.
First of all, that, and are we actually ever going to pay those wages? Even if we sign him on a free, he would have to take a wage cut, unfortunately.
Yeah, but look, who is going to pay him that wages?
No one.
Exactly.
Can't see anyone paying him those wages. Even he can't go to China anymore. Maybe US. But
if he's enjoying his football, and he loves Spurs the way he says he does, then he will take that wage cut to join us.
I hope he does. I hope he would. But I guess we'll have to wait to be seen.
Also, he'll be 33 by then, so...
Yeah, but he's still got clearly a lot of gas left in the tank,
we're talking a year and a half down the line, maybe 2 years, so it's different.
It is different, but you have wingers like Robben who go into their late 30s.
True.
The players these days can last longer, and especially with Bale, who hasn't been playing that much football past 2 years. Maybe he's there's not much mileage, as they say.
He's really a 29-year-old.
Yeah, there's not much mileage there. It's like a car which hasn't been used that much. There's still not many miles on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Now these are the papers, man. This is the front page of the sports section. And that is what I love to see. They're the things you love to see. Remember me.
I do remember you, Gareth.
Remember me. Come on. Gareth Bale, I mean.
I know, it's so good when he's in that kind of form. It really is.
We just need to see it on a consistent basis now. But it just looks like he's in the mood and unplayable, really.
Mm-hmm. I agree when he's in that mood.
Those are the headlines from the papers to this morning. Matt says, did Jan go too soon?
Did Jan go too soon? Maybe. No, probably not. I think watching him against Arsenal, I don't think he was that great.
Yeah.
Did some nice chances against Saka, though.
No one in that Benfica team looked great.
Yeah, you're right. Ronald Reagan, this is interesting. He said, did you see Roy Keane, he said about Ronald Reagan? Did you see what Roy Keane said about Tottenham? Absolute mud rubbish. He said, if you remove Kane and Son, Tottenham is not a Premiership team.
He never said not a Premiership team.
No,
he said they're an average Premiership team.
He said we're an average team. But what did you make of that whole fight between? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Between Jamie Redknapp and Roy Keane. That's right, we watched it together.
I watched it again when I went
Yeah,
home.
me too. And it's actually a weird debate because although it seemed that Redknapp was backing Spurs up and Roy Keane was saying Spurs are average, what actually was going on was Redknapp was being anti-Mourinho and Roy Keane was backing up Mourinho by saying Mourinho doesn't have the players and Redknapp was saying he does have the players.
I agree with
that was actually what was going on, but the debate turned into Redknapp by picking up to Tottenham and Roy Keane saying how rubbish Tottenham are.
Yeah.
It was actually a weird thing.
Yeah.
But I think... I actually think Jamie Redknapp was probably talking more sense.
It was Roy Keane. I think he just seems to want to go against the grain, just to go against the grain kind of thing, because he wasn't making sense at times, because at one time he was like, "Oh, but Reguilon, he let Real Madrid let Reguilon go," and then Redknapp goes on about it a bit, and then he goes, "No, Reguilon's a good player."
Yeah, I was being silly. He was being silly. I think he was just trying to cause a reaction. Redknapp was so wound up. It was actually so funny to see.
I can't stand Jamie Redknapp.
But I think, look, Roy Keane was talking rubbish. You don't like Højbjerg and Ndombele. They get into a lot of big Premier League teams. They're very, very good players. Reguilon does. I agree that the two centre-backs and the right-back, probably not. But I think even the goalkeeper, he can get into a few teams in the top 6.
But Roy Keane refused to make comments about anywhere else on the pitch apart from the defence, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that tells you everything you need to know, in my opinion, because Redknapp was like, "Oh, they've got good players all over the pitch," and he started naming out all the positions. And Redknapp also says, quite rightly so, potentially the goalkeeper, the defence, and the right back, the centre backs, and the right back, and we all know that. Those are the things we actually know. But everywhere else on the pitch, we've got quality.
Yeah,
and Keane didn't disagree with that, but he just wouldn't confirm it either.
I completely agree. What was I going to say? But I think what Roy Keane was saying, he had was some partial truth to it, because I think Sanchez and Dyer have been costing us goals every week, and that is something that has to be acknowledged. And Mourinho, sometimes we set up his team to have a game plan, and it's been really, really difficult to execute it sometimes when we keep shipping in ridiculous goals, which we can't legislate for, which Dyer and Sanchez have been committing a lot of errors. So that's what Roy Keane was getting at when he was saying that that Mourinho doesn't have the players. And then when he was talking about Dele and Bale as well, obviously it was before the game, so it was before Bale played really well.
Oh, was that? I thought that chat was after the game.
No, it was before the game.
Oh, I see.
It was before the game.
So Roy Keane must have been left with a bit of egg on his face after.
Well, he actually said in that thing, he said Spurs will probably win 2 or 3-0 and we'll be praising them, but then they'll go and drop points the next game, which that's a fair point.
It is a fair point. But you know why Roy Keane is so bitter about Spurs? It's because he grew up as a Spurs fan, and he got hurt so many times by the Spurs will let you down thing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because he's a Spurs fan. Yeah.
Yeah, Roy Keane's a Spurs fan.
Yeah. So, but I also think he's true when he's talking about Bell and Dele, in the sense that everyone's always looking at Dele's stats from 2-3 years ago, and they're saying what a good player is when he hasn't really done anything for 2-3 years, and that's true, unfortunately. And when he talks about Bale, he's saying that Mourinho knows more about the situation than any of us, and he knows more about football than everyone, and the fact that he hasn't been picking Bale on a consistent basis shows more about Bale than it does about Jose's lack of trust in him or anything like that. So
let me just quickly read out this super chat from Russian Bear. It says, Keane was a great player, but what has he done since? Failed manager and poor pundit. I mean, he's only on TV to cause an argument. That's the only reason he's there for. He wants to make himself known as this kind of outspoken pundit that kind of argues with everyone about everyone's point. That's all he's there for.
Yeah. Let's look at this tweet here, which we were talking about from Davinson Sanchez. 8 clearances, 11 aerials won, 2 tackles, 85% passing accuracy. Bale got the headlines, but what a superb and dogged performance from Sanchez. Yeah, and I think yes, but
credit where credit's due, and that's the main thing, But don't go overboard.
Yeah,
because we've all seen his flaws this season and last season and the season before.
Yeah, well, I think he had a good game, but we need to build on it. He can't just have one good game, basically.
I think, in my opinion, how has he been in us? 4 years now?
Yeah, he'll probably, this is 70, 80, 80, 90, 19, 20, 20. This is his 4th year, yeah.
I think he's had one proper good season at us, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Which was that season where Toby was in and out of the team most of the year. Was that last season?
That was his first season.
His first season when he was playing alongside Jan most of the time. Yeah, I think that was his best season. Apart from that, I think he's been poor. Yeah,
I agree. And he needs to show that he's ready to be consistent. That's what you require out of centre back. That's the number one thing, is consistency. You can't be a centre-back if you're not consistent. If you're making a mistake this week and good performance the next week and then another mistake, then it's not good enough. So Sanchez needs to show consistency.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's look at some more tweets.
Some more tweets. Okay. TFINN says, I think if Lo Celso plays as well as he did post-lockdown, we have the strength and depth of all midfield attacking options. I just think a new keeper and one left-sided centre-back could push us to a top 2 or 3.
I think what we need to propel us into the top 3, yeah, I agree with that. I think 1 or 2 top centre-backs. I don't think a new keeper is absolutely imperative, but I do think we need to start kind of looking at one now. Mm-hmm. We really do. In my opinion, the 2 front runners for me should be either a Nick Pope or a Dean Henderson. Centre-backs, we need 2 top centre-backs. We probably need another right-back. And yeah, I think that's it really to propel us into the top 3. And then we need to start working on the squad if we want to think about a title challenge and, getting far in the Champions League and stuff.
Yeah, I think I think the Lo Celso missing's been underestimated how important he can be to this squad. I think for me, and obviously we all know we need another centre back. That goes without saying, pretty much. But yeah, we're not too far off though. I don't think with that. I know we've bashed the squad and we bashed a lot of the players, but I think when the first 11's out there, I think we've got a very strong team. We do have a strong team when we've got a first 11 out there. We just need improving on those centre-backs. Mm-hmm. Bobby Spur TV says, Ben, you're right. No matter how you dress it up, by referring to Burnley's recent form or how they've beaten certain teams, they were and are 15th. With our firepower, we should be beating these teams. If it's the game after against Palace, which will show Jose's mettle.
Yep. Exactly. We need to hold off on getting overexcited, and we just need to take it game by game and see where we're at, because we've all seen these performances this season. We've seen how we can beat teams this season. That's no question about it. We can beat any team on a one-off game. It's about showing that consistency and seeing what we can actually achieve this season.
Yeah, and exactly. So we need to, as we said, it means nothing if we don't beat Fulham on Thursday, and that'll be a big blow.
And then it'll mean nothing if we don't beat Palace on the following Sunday.
Yeah, I completely agree. We need to win those 3 games. Power Rare 27th is Super Chat says, I completely agree with Keane. Stop hating the messenger. Our team is average at best. Take out Kane and take out Son, and what we got Ndombele, Højbjerg, Reguilon, Bale.
Yes, but I'm not sure. Obviously, we won't be as good as if we have Kane and Son. And Kane and Son, take out Kane and Son from our squad this season, that's like over 50% of our goals.
Yep. Yeah, but exactly. You do have any team. You do have every team.
I agree.
They're big players
from Man
for a
City,
reason.
probably.
Yeah, apart from Man City, they're probably the only ones you can't do that to.
Look at Man City; they've had De Bruyne out for majority of the season. They've got better. Never mind worse.
They share the goals around. They do share the goals around Man City. But apart from City, I think you can pretty much do that for any team, and you could make the same argument.
Yeah, you've seen how Liverpool had a few injuries this season, how it's affected them. Mm-hmm. Man United, you take Bruno Fernandes out of Man United, where are they going to get their goals from? Mm-hmm. Who else we got? Chelsea. They're not exactly scoring many goals anyway. I mean, Chelsea, oh my God, they are the most boring team to watch.
Yeah, people call us boring. Man,
yeah,
Snorefest.
Chelsea, oh my God, they are rubbish, man.
Mm-hmm.
They are really bad at football. I'm not watching any Chelsea game from now to the end of the season, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too impressed with Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel so far. I know they've been getting results, but still.
They beat Atletico Madrid 1-0. That's a good result.
I know. Who else we got in the top 6? Chelsea, Man U, Man City, Liverpool, we've spoken about.
Take Antonio out of West Ham, they're nowhere near as good.
I'm not even considering West Ham's up there. Everton,
You take out Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, exactly, yeah.
Any team. You take out the 2 best players, it's going to heavily affect them.
Yes, but only Spurs it gets levelled at them for some reason, as if we're like the only ones who have good players that we rely on. Let's look at a few of these images from Bale yesterday. Cuts in from the right and pings it in with his left. Vintage Bale. Lovely stuff, and just it's wholesome content that we all want to see. Gareth Bale firing it in, brilliant stuff, and he looks happy. He did look happy yesterday, and he was having a good laugh with Lucas Moura and Heung-min Son. Lucas with his L celebration, whereas apparently it was supposed to be the Welsh Mafia or something, and apparently I don't know what it is.
Well, some people are saying Welsh Mafia, some people saying Make-A-Wish Foundation, where it all originated from. And Lucas is there just trying to do himself.
Yeah, where did I just had that? Where'd it go? Here it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what L in a football, you don't have L. L just means like a bad thing. Maybe he's not aware of it. Exactly. Taking those L's. But Lucas is unaware of that, apparently. It's quite funny.
How much of a difference did Reguilon make yesterday?
Yeah, did you see this gif? It was quite funny. Oh, sorry. You can see Bale's reaction. Look at Bale. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then in the other goal, Lucas tries it again, and Bale just goes to the camera.
Right, like, no. But if you look at Sonny's not actually like doing a K or something.
Yeah, he did a K for Korea or something.
Yeah, something like that. Callum Carl with the super chat. The fans deserve to see Gareth Bale back in the stadium. Do you feel confident we can win against Fulham? Look, yeah, but I do feel confident we can beat Fulham, but we need to do it. You know what I mean? We actually have to go out there and we have to assert our authority. And Fulham are a good team in good form.
I was saying that to a lot of people yesterday, that it's such a shame that there's no fans in stadiums this season to see Gareth Bale play like that.
It is, yeah.
It really is. Can you imagine how rocking the lane would have been yesterday seeing Gareth Bale play like that?
He would have got a standing ovation.
Such a shame, man. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah, I agree. It is a shame. But do you reckon fans will get to see Bale?
Bloody well hope so, man. I bloody well hope so.
Well, that pretty much means he has to stay for another season.
Yeah, that does mean that.
Yeah. But yeah, I obviously I think we're better than Fulham, and if we're both at our best, we can definitely beat them. But Fulham are a good team, and they're fighting for every point right now, and they're not going to be easy at all. So we're going to have to be our best again on Thursday if we're going to get the win, because they're not an easy team to play.
Of course. They'll come, they'll set up well, they'll hit us. They've got good players there. They've got really good players there, as we saw the last time we played them this season.
Yeah.
They don't lose that many games, Fulham. They really don't. They draw quite a lot, and that's what we got to be wary of. But if we stick to our game, stick to our job, come out the same way as we did against Burnley, then I fully expect us to win the game.
Their last 5 games, 3 draws and 2 wins.
Yeah, well, there you go.
They're in good form.
Scott Parker's got them playing really well.
Yeah, and they've somehow given themselves a fighting chance to stay up. So... yeah.
A few people asking when player ratings are out. They will be out after this. Probably be out by about 1:30 today. So
look forward to that. And also they beat Everton not so long ago, 2-0. A very convincing win as well, that one. So they've shown they can get big results against big teams.
They got a result against Liverpool this year, didn't they?
They drew at home to Liverpool. They gave you they lost to both United and Chelsea, but very close games. Chelsea, they were by far the better team, and a red card ruined it. Against Man United, also they should have got something out of that game, but that Pogba wonder strike won it for them. So they got a 0-0 draw against West Ham not long ago. So look, they're defensively solid. They're a solid team, and they at the moment they're not conceding many goals. They've conceded 1 goal in their past 5 games, 1 goal. So they're going to be really strong defensively. So we need to. It's going to be a lot harder than the Burnley game, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And there's actually one player who we haven't spoken about from the yesterday's performance. That's Heung-min Son.
That's also true.
I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Apparently, he created 7 chances yesterday, and that's the most for us since Christian Eriksen or Stamford Bridge, I think it was 2018 when we played Chelsea, when he created 6 chances that day. I thought Heung-min Son was absolutely sensational yesterday.
Against Chelsea?
Who created Chelsea in 2018? Christian Eriksen.
What, when we won 3-1?
Mm-hmm.
What that's our record for most
apparently so, yeah.
chances. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I agree. I think his performance has gone under the radar a bit, and also as of late, as of late, he might not have been scoring that many, but he's been getting a lot of assists.
I'm sending it to you.
He's been getting a lot of assists recently. Against Everton, he got in the cup, he got a couple of really good assists from really good crossing positions. And yesterday, he was unlucky not to score, and also. He probably should have got more than 2 assists, because right at the end came in that massive chance where he missed the target.
Here's the tweet from Scorecard. We're just going to get it up. Let's just wait to get it up because I'm not sure what's happening on that screen.
Son, and he was unlucky. Yeah, he had a few chances. Nick Pope made some really good saves. It
must have been. That's the tweet.
November 20. No, that wasn't the 3-1. That was
at home.
Yeah, when Son scored that crazy goal.
When he put the burners on to Rudiger and them lot.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that
wasn't it. Was it? Was that what you wanted?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Anyway, the tweet to this goes, Heung-min Son created 7 chances versus Burnley, the most by any Spurs player in a single Premier League game since Christian Eriksen against Chelsea in November 2018. And if you just zoom into that pass map, so the red passes are just completed passes. The ones with the dots are incompleted passes. The green ones are shot assists, and the gold ones are goal assists. So, I mean, he could have had...
Look how many shot assists he had.
Could have had about 7 assists yesterday, literally.
Some are saying that his first assist was a mishit pass. Do you think it was mishit, or you think he meant to do that low kind of a pass to Bale?
I think that was made. I thought he meant that.
I thought he meant that.
Why would that have not been meant?
Because some are saying from that kind of position, most people try to kind of whip it in with a bit of off the ground a bit, not quite along the floor, and it kind of went along the floor, that pass.
What about
usually
that? Very about his first one, yeah?
First one, yeah.
What about the second one for Bale? That was outside
brilliant.
Of the foot
one.
Oh.
On point. And Bale again, just like against Wolfsburg, barely had to break stride, and all he had to do was take one touch and smash it, and it was because of Son's pass that it made it easier for him.
Did you see any of the John's fan cams last night?
Yeah.
Can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about how Son was anonymous yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on
I can't remember which one. I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, I thought that was so wrong. So wrong, because not only did he create those chances, also he had that shot where Pope really should have, where Pope made a great save.
He had 2 chances. One he completely fluffed, and the other one Pope made a really good save.
Exactly. So he could even got a couple of goals as well, apart from those missed. But he's definitely been creating a lot more recently.
Yeah,
definitely been creating a lot more. So he's catching up on Kane's assist thing, because Kane's on 11 assists and Son's now on 8. So he's catching up on that. Kane's actually our top goal scorer now with 14. But I think he doesn't deserve. He deserves more credit. I feel Son.
All right. Look, we've got 800 viewers here. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those subscribers up. Scroll down, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. It helps us so much with the algorithms. And we know We Are Tottenham Army are so strong out there. Another milestone we haven't mentioned is Hugo Lloris, 100 Premier League clean sheets.
It's taken him a while, hasn't it?
Do you think that's a while?
Isn't it? I don't know. 100 in how many years? It's this is his 8th year? 9th year?
Mm-hmm.
So...
I think I might need to take this. Just carry on.
100, that's like 12 clean sheets a year. I guess it's not terrible. It's not terrible. So, I'm happy about that. Hugo Lloris getting those clean sheets, but I thought when I heard that, I thought it'd taken him quite a while to get those clean sheets. But I think he's been a great servant to the club, and I think he's underrated in a lot of the work he does, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves because he makes a few mistakes. High profile mistakes which people cling on to, and people say, look, he's not good enough. Where even this season I think is perfect illustration of that, where I thought he was so consistent throughout the season, and he made a couple mistakes and people were already like, oh, let's sell him and get rid of him. I think a lot of the time Hugo doesn't get the respect he deserves. I'm just reading this article and I'm trying to see if it's about Lo Celso. I want to see if they're saying he's back or not. Because he could be back this week, Lo Celso, which is really good news.
That's good.
Really good news if that's true.
All competitions. Did you read out this comment?
Which one?
Son is second to De Bruyne for assists in all competitions.
Yeah, 'cause in Europa League he's got a lot of. I think he's got a lot of assists. I'm surprised he's not ahead of De Bruyne to be honest.
Oh, De Bruyne's been out injured for a while, yeah.
That's also, yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm surprised he's not ahead of De Bruyne. What's his tweet? Off from David Martin. My friend David Martin sent us a tweet saying 6 points off top four with a game in hand. A lot of top teams are out of the way and some key players are hitting form again. Europa League round of 16 and a Carabao Cup final to come. We were in full crisis mode a couple of weeks ago. Laughing emoji. Well, we were considering the form we were in. I don't think it was a joke to say that, but I think there are signs we're turning it around. There are definitely signs we're turning it around.
I think February has been a good month for us. I really believe that. I know results haven't been good for us, but I think that for the kind of confidence of the team, for the way we're playing, we've switched it up since that Chelsea game, like I mentioned beginning of the stream. And I really feel it's been a strong month for us in terms of performance. Now we need to just make those strong performances into results.
Yeah. And who knows? Imagine if we get top four and win 2 trophies.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? I won't get my hopes up just yet. But I think what I'm liking at the moment, I think the best thing I'm liking at the moment is, first of all, the structure of the team I'm liking a lot more. And secondly, the attacking players all seem to be in form now. Mm-hmm. You got Bale, Lucas, Lamela all seem to be in form. And that's on top of Kane and Son, which we know how good they are. So they're giving us good competition. They're giving us good selection headaches, which we need. The only one really lagging at the moment is Bergwijn, who can't seem to hit any at the form at the moment. But even him, like you wouldn't be worried if he had a run of games or anything.
I just can't see where Bergwijn's going to play in the league now.
At the moment, yeah, I can't see it. I mean, it's difficult.
He needs to start performing.
Not in the squad
Europa
yesterday,
League.
By the way.
I know.
Not
last
in the squad
2 Premier League
yesterday.
games. He needs to start performing in the Europa League if he wants to salvage something this season.
Yeah, I agree. And he had a big opportunity in the second leg against Wolfsberger. Not a lot of pressure, 4-1 up, and he couldn't get his goal. Yeah. And it's probably eating him a bit inside this goal.
He
thing.
was Jose's go-to right winger at the start of the season.
He was for a big chunk of it, and now he can't see. He's struggling to get game time. He seems to be lacking confidence a lot. So that's a big shame for Stevie. But in terms of Lamela, Lucas, you've got to be happy with their contributions right now. And obviously Gareth Bell is really coming into form. So those are the selection headaches I'm liking. The only problem is at the moment for me is if either Højbjerg or Ndombele do get injured, that would spring alarm bells a bit for me. If one of those two got injured.
I mean, we need Ollie Skip back.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
Because, he's the one that can fill in for either of them. Never mind just Højbjerg. He can fill in for Ndombele as well.
I don't know if I'll have to see if he can do what Ndombele does.
Oh, he can't do what Ndombele does, but he can play in that position is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Probably better than Winks or Sissoko.
Yeah, well, based on his championship performances, he can. But championship's a different level to Premier League. So we have to see if he can be as good in the Premier League as he is in the Championship. Yeah. But he's not going to be the best player in the Premier League, is he?
No, of course not. But the sheer consistency that he's showing is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
That's definitely the main thing.
His passing range as well. Did you see that? Maybe show that tweet of it. That pass he showed. I retweeted it yesterday. Ollie Skip. I mean, I love Ollie Skip content. It's just brilliant. Yeah, there you go. Look at this ping from Ollie Skip.
On the volley. Beautifully weighted as well. Into Pookie.
It was a bit like not as good as Gareth Bell's assist for Kane. Same area.
Gareth Bell, yeah, fairly similar. But look, they're waxing lyrical about Ollie Skip over there at Norwich every week, and he seems to do. Apparently, he played in a back three this week.
Really?
Yeah. For part of the game, he played on the right side of a back three, so he's showing versatility as well.
I saw a lot of Ipswich fans and players coming out and speaking about Troy Parrott this weekend as well.
Saying good things.
He's playing in a number 10 role for them. And apparently he's playing really well, creating, and they're all just like, it's just a matter of time until he scores.
Where is it? What's that channel? Tottenham videos or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant content, by the way. They show like every touch of every loan player. Yeah,
what is it called? Tottenham video?
I'm not sure. They're in the DMs.
Let me get it, because they did some like individual highlights or something of Troy Parrott. Tottenham film, that's it. Yeah, great content. That's where they got the skip thing. Oh no, I can't. Oh, maybe they don't have the thing of parrot. I thought they had it.
Probably on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's probably go check out their YouTube channel. Yeah, it is. It's on their YouTube channel, but go check that out. He's got every touch of Troy Parrott against Hull, which over there I can't really show the clip. But if you go to the Tottenham Film YouTube channel, they show every single touch of Troy Parrott for Ipswich. So you can do a lone watch there, which is pretty good stuff. So I'll probably give that a watch later. I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe we should start reacting to those videos as our lone watch.
Yeah, we probably should. If we can. I don't know if we can. Yeah, I think we can, but I don't know.
We'll do a bit of research into the copyright, and we'll get back to you on that one. But look, I think we're running out of time today.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been going for an hour.
But yeah, that is the end of our morning after show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It was great to delve in and dissect to finally 3 points and a nice goal scoring win, 4-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Gareth Bale is firmly back for St David's Day. So happy St David's Day to all you Welsh wizards out there, and go check out our top 5 Davids, Tottenham Davids on St David's Day. We've posted it on Twitter, but it was an old content from last year. But yeah, look, thank you everyone for joining us today. Our next live stream will be the press conference reaction for Crystal Palace on
Wednesday.
For Fulham on Wednesday. Hopefully that's when the press conference will be. Then on Thursday we'll be doing our live watch long and post match fan show as usual. Hopefully we'll be talking about more 3 points, and obviously Friday morning will be the morning after show. So yeah, look out for that content. Player ratings will be with you in about an hour and a half's time, as well as the 5 takeaways, which I'm looking forward to doing for you guys, and I hope you're looking forward to viewing. So anyway, like, subscribe and comment, and as always,
come on you Spurs.